What's up everyone, I'm a music nerd here. I'll talk about classic albums, vintage music videos, and other musical topics. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Chance the Rapper's The Big Day. And I'm going to share you 3 major reasons as to why fans didn't like it. Now I just want to say, if you are a fan of this album, that's totally cool. I'm just sharing my personal opinion as to why I didn't like it, and offering a perspective as to why most fans didn't like it. Before I get into it, if you enjoyed the content on this channel and the video, please hit the like button and the subscribe button down below. Appreciate the support. Now let's go back to July 2019, when life was a much more simpler time, and words such as coronavirus and social distancing weren't trending topics on Twitter every other day. Chance was getting ready to release his first major release in The Big Day. This was going to be his moment in the sun, his chance to be on the same league as fellow rappers such as Kendrick, Drake, and Cole. Maybe not in album sales, but in cultural relevance. He was going to be anointed as the leader of the new school, the guy who was going to carry the torch from Kanye officially. So, The Big Day came out, and it received severe backlash from fans and critics alike. Now, I admit I did read some of the reviews before I listened to the album, and I thought, this album can't be that bad. I mean, the worst album of the year? That's a little harsh. So, I sat down and listened to the album, and I initially thought, it's decent. It's not like Coloring Book or Acid Rap, but it's decent. And then I listened to the album again and again, and I realized, this album wasn't as great as I thought it was. And then when I looked on Genius.com and read the lyrics, I thought, wow, this album really isn't that great at all. Now there's a term in the media called Phantom Menacing. What this term was coined after is when Star Wars The Phantom Menace was released, a lot of diehard Star Wars fans tried to convince themselves that Phantom Menace wasn't a bad movie simply because it was part of the Star Wars canon. But the more times that they went and saw the movie, the more they slowly began to realize that, Phantom Menace isn't as great as we thought it was. Star Wars fans call it Phantom Menacing. I'm an Indiana Jones fan. I call it Crystal Skulling, because that movie was a debacle. And that's exactly what happened here. Chance's album seems good on the surface, but underneath that glossy surface reveals a lot more problems than one might expect. And I'm going to get into some of those problems. Number 1, the album is too emotionally simple. Chance has had happy and cheerful songs in the past, but it was balanced out by emotionally honest and more fascinating narratives in the album. Yes, Coloring Books had songs like Blessings and Finish Line that had very gospel inspired and cheerful sound, but it also had songs such as Same Drugs and No Problem, which revealed that Chance was a 3-dimensional person. Same Drugs deals with Chance having a relationship with a girl that's changing because they don't do the same things that they used to do. No Problem epitomizes Chance's underdog status as he tries to challenge the status quo, and if he doesn't get what he wants, he's going to disrupt the record label. The song Push Man and Paranoia is Chance's feelings about growing up in Chicago and seeing loved ones die in the summer. These are stories that make Chance seem much more interesting. But the takeaways that I get from The Big Day is that Chance only has really 2 major emotions. Chance is very happy, and Chance is slightly less happy. But you can't connect with someone who has one emotion all the time. It's like watching a drama. If your hero doesn't go through any obstacles, then the story is not as compelling, and you lose interest fast. I mean, you got songs such as Get a Bag and Handsome and Balling Flossing, and they're really only about one thing. Get a Bag is a celebratory track about getting a bag, getting money. Handsome is about how Chance feels that him and his spouse are good looking. Ballin' Flossin' is another celebratory track about Chance just being awesome. But what else? Now, it's okay to have senseless bangers or filler tracks every once in a while, but the problem is that The Big Day mostly feels like that. The good songs are too far and few in between, which brings me to my next point. Number 2, the album is too damn long. The Big Day clocks in at 77 minutes and 22 tracks. That's a lot of music, and trust me, when you listen to this album on repeated listens, you feel all of it. Now, Drake puts out 80-minute, 90-minute albums all the time, but you know why Drake gets away with it? It's fucking Drake. He can do whatever he wants and people will listen to it. If fans are going to invest in you for 80 minutes, you damn sure better have something great to say. And that wasn't the case here. Unfortunately, Chance's grasp doesn't match his reach. And then you have the skits. The skits are just wasted here. They instead become merely a distraction. And I, along with most of the fans, find myself skipping the skits every time. Now I get what Chance was trying to do here. He was trying to do something like the College Dropout. And that album was also Kanye's first album. And that album also was 77 minutes. And that album also had skits as well. But here's the difference. The skits were interesting. They were funny. They were compelling. Even though the skits pushed the narrative of Kanye dropping out of college and following his dreams, not every song was about him dropping out of college. There were songs that dealt with racism, consumerism, dealing with faith, and family. There were much other topics that Kanye delved into that were much more important and interesting. But everything in this album from Chance is about love and marriage, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to find new things to say. And I think a lot of fans felt that way, and it didn't justify the album's length. If guys like J. Cole and Mac Miller can tell similar narratives in only 10 songs, there's no excuse for Chance. The third major reason as to why the album didn't click a lot with fans, there were a lot of half-baked ideas. Speaking of Kanye, it's obvious that Chance is really a fan of The Life of Pablo. If you look at The Life of Pablo, it was a musically diverse listening experience. It's also schizophrenic in sound, fragmented, and some songs sound unfinished and raw. And I think Chance was trying to go for that similar feel, but it didn't work. Even some of the songs mimic similar sounds from the songs of The Life of Pablo. The title track, The Big Day, is similar to Freestyle 4, where Chance has a freak out on record. The song Ballin' Flossin', it sounds very similar to Fade, but the bigger complaint that I have is that it sounds like a Shawn Mendes song featuring Chance instead of the other way around. The song Rue sounds very similar to Wolves. The song 5 Year Plan is basically Chance's Real Friends. And Is It Me or the song I Got You Always Forever sounds just like the Living Single theme song. Even though, he did touch on genres such as gospel in the house and soul on Coloring Book, fans were expecting Chance to take that sound to the next level, but instead they felt that he regressed, and I can totally see that. A lot of the production on this album just sounds very lifeless. The songs on Coloring Book are musically layered, and the gospel choirs complement the songs and they add so much energy and life. In the end, a lot of fans thought that The Big Day was nothing more than Coloring Book's less interesting and more annoying little cousin. So those are my 3 major reasons as to why The Big Day didn't connect with fans. Of course, there are other reasons, including the loads of terrible, groan-worthy lyrics, and really I can go for hours talking about that alone, but by now I think you get the point. I really hope that Chance can take a look at the fan criticism and use it as a motivational tool to create the great piece of art that I know he has in him. Even though this album didn't chart at number 1, hopefully the next album that Chance makes does become a critical and commercial success, because rappers such as DaBaby, Meg Thee Stallion, Roddy Ricch, they're coming in fast, and if Chance doesn't deliver an album that's special, his career is going to be on thin ice. Thanks for watching this video. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought about Chance the Rapper's The Big Day. Do you agree? Disagree with my points? Curious to know. If you enjoyed the content, check out other videos on this channel as well. YouTube recommends these 2 videos to check out after this video. I love each and every one of you. Until next time, take care.